It's Halloween season, and what better way to celebrate than honoring the greatest maniacs in movie history? In this video, we're counting down the 10 essential slasher films of all time, the ones that define the genre and shape the entire aesthetic of modern horror. But before we dive in, what exactly makes a slasher movie? What is a slasher? In the 1960s, horror and mystery films were all about discovering who the killer was. But when the slasher emerged, the focus shifted to graphic violence, sexual tension, and the visual thrill of horror. The killer became the main character, someone the audience feared and, at times, even admired. It was the birth of a new era in horror cinema. The Texas Chain Saw Massacre, 1974. Leatherface doesn't plan or explain. He acts on pure instinct. His chainsaw and human skin mask represent transformation and identity, both central to the slasher myth. This film also gave birth to the final girl, the woman who survives the nightmare. Its raw, unsettling energy became the blueprint for everything that followed. Ripper, Letter from Hell, 2001. In the early 2000s, slashers tried to reinvent themselves after Scream's success. Ripper mixed mystery and madness, featuring a killer inspired by Jack the Ripper. A group of college students begins dying in ways that mirror the legendary crimes. It blends classic whodunit tension with modern psychological horror, exploring obsession, myth, and the idea of the perfect killer. Halloween, 1978. John Carpenter turned the slasher into a cinematic franchise. Between 1978 and 1981, Michael Myers haunted Laurie Strode in a terrifying saga. Halloween became the ultimate slasher template, spawning 13 films, comics, and games. It introduced a new kind of fear, suburban insecurity, because if you're not safe at home, where are you safe? Peeping Tom, 1960. Before Halloween, there was Peeping Tom, a British film that was ahead of its time. A killer records his victim's final expressions with his camera. The film was misunderstood and almost ruined director Michael Powell's career, but today it's recognized as a pioneer of voyeurism and first-person horror, both defining traits of the slasher genre. Black Christmas, 1974. From Canada came Black Christmas, the movie that paved the way for Halloween. A killer stalks a group of sorority girls during the holidays, calling them before each attack. Beneath the terror lies a subtle commentary on female freedom and sexuality in the 1970s. Director Bob Clark later made Porky's, proving how sex and horror have always been intertwined. Deep Red, 1975. Here we enter the world of Italian giallo, the stylish ancestor of the slasher. In Deep Red, Dario Argento created a visual spectacle of bold angles, mirrors, vibrant colors, and haunting music. The black-gloved killer and the strikingly beautiful blood became iconic. Argento's influence shaped American horror for decades. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Wes Craven introduced Freddy Krueger, the killer who invades your dreams. Now even sleep isn't safe. Nightmare on Elm Street exposes the illusion of suburban safety and the repression of youth. Krueger became a pop culture icon, mixing terror, dark humor, and unforgettable style. Child's Play, 1988. By the late 1980s, slashers had become self-aware. Enter Chucky, the killer doll possessed by a murderer's soul. The film combines parody, satire, and reflections on identity and gender. Over time, the franchise evolved into a cult favorite, showing how horror can adapt and stay relevant. Friday the 13th, 1980. Few titles define slashers like Friday the 13th. At Camp Crystal Lake, a group of teens is hunted by a mysterious killer. What began as a low-budget horror film became one of the most successful franchises in history. It perfected the slasher formula: isolation, moral punishment, and stylized violence. Even before Jason took the spotlight, his mother's revenge delivered one of the greatest twists in horror. Scream, 1996. We end with the ultimate meta-slasher. Wes Craven returned with Scream, a film that knows it's a film. Ghostface taunts his victims with trivia and plays with horror's own rules. The result is a clever love letter to the genre that reinvented modern slasher cinema. The slasher genre has evolved, reinvented itself, and never truly died. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's satire, but it's always intense. Now tell me, which one of these is your favorite? Did I miss any essentials? Drop your pick in the comments and tell us who your favorite cinematic maniac is. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into horror and nostalgia, and check out the next video on the end screen.